Hello, 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 and hello, everyone. I hope you are having a fantastic Friday. Things are really great here. We are very, very excited that we are now officially just 1 month away from Lockdown 2, the mutant strain. So, again, we are going to be bringing you a fantastic lineup of panels and panelists. We have a lot of really exciting topics, and of course, we were here with you last week when we laid those out for you, and we talked about what those panels are going to be and who are going to be joining us. We don't have a whole lot to report this particular week, but we did want to kind of pop in really quick and say again, we're a month away, so make sure that you are paying attention to our lockdown page and to our Twitter. We have a Twitch channel as well if you want to subscribe there. So you're gonna have several choices about where you can watch it this year, and so of course we have our YouTube channel, we have Twitch, we have Facebook, and so this will be available through our official page on Facebook, and we may have some other places out beyond those things that are out there as well. So one thing that we did wanted to tell you about is that we've had three new confirmations this past week since we last spoke with you about guests that will be joining us, and I'm just super excited to have all three of them joining us. So the first one is he may be a doctor, I don't know, but his name is David Mack. He is an author. He's really well known for having done some Star Trek novels. Before that, he worked on the television shows. He wrote 2 episodes, I believe they were for Deep Space Nine, and so he's worked. He's definitely been in the Trek world, and so worked on the television show. Has written novels. He has a forthcoming novel, actually, that he's co-writing with one of our other authors, Dayton Ward. And he has a fantasy trilogy of novels that we're going to be talking to him about, called The Shadow Commission. And it's so far they're all kind of set with espionage and magic, and kind of set in through various periods of history in the United States. And so anyway, a really great, terrific guy. I want to give a big thank you to our friend and panelist Alana C. Meyer, who of course was actually helped us reach out to David and helped get him as a guest for this year's panel. We also have Nancy Holder, who will be joining us. Nancy Holder is a incredible lady. We've actually known her personally for a number of years. She is probably the most prolific tie-in author that I've ever known, and so she's worked on all kinds of incredible stuff. If you saw the movie Crimson Peak, she did the novelization of that. But a lot of the Buffy and Angel novelizations, she wrote several of those. Well, not novelizations, original novels set in those universes. But a just super smart, super talented lady, and she's just a lot of fun to talk to. And we've always kind of said, well, whenever I grow up, I want to be Nancy Holder, because she's just an incredible lady, and we again are just going to be really super happy to have her. One of the big reasons we're excited to have her is that she has a comic book series or graphic novel, depending on where you're coming out or whatever, but that just won the Stoker Award. And of course, for those of you who are interested in books and such, the Stoker Awards are hugely prestigious. But this was for the Mary Shelley Presents Tales of the Supernatural. It's a great book. And I think you should check it out yourself. But anyway, so she'll be joining us probably to talk about on our comics panel. She might also join our horror panel. We're still kind of working out about where she is going to live during the convention. But again, very happy that we reached out to her. She said yes, and again, we've loved Nancy for years, and just super glad to have her as part of our programming for this coming year. The third person that we've had say yes to us is Dr. Grace D. Gibson from the Virginia Commonwealth University. She's actually someone that my co-founder and co-host Jana was on in a symposium recently with her about art, and she is an expert in in Black cultural studies, and she's going to be joining our Greenwood panel. We'll be discussing the 1921 Greenwood Massacre, and we're going to kind of be going again talking about how that event has been reflected in comics, in television, and other media, and sort of the pros and cons of how this has been handled, and how this helps with the conversation, basically about race relations in the world. So those are three really exciting guests that we've added to our panel so far. We have some other people that we are still talking to, that a few of whom are interested. We just are still having to confirm whether their schedules are going to be open. But again, really some amazing folks still kind of waiting in the wings, and we'll be making announcements, hopefully, about those folks in the very near future, so the coming week or weeks before the convention. I had a really wonderful talk last night with Larry Nemechek. And so I've kind of told you before, as Larry and I are old buddies. We are co-producers of a documentary called The Con of Wrath, which is about probably one of the most notorious Star Trek conventions in history. And so we had a really good long talk last night about kind of catching up. And of course, it, like so many other things, kind of ran into a hiatus during the pandemic, because a lot of the stuff that needed to be done, unfortunately, we had to kind of put on pause while we attended to the other things that had to be handled. But anyway, so work has started again on getting that into edit. And so I think that I'll let Larry independently talk to you about where that documentary is in terms of process, but it is. I think that we are going to see it finally sooner rather than later, and I'm really excited for people to finally see this project that we've been working on for almost 10 years. But anyway, I think you're going to enjoy the documentary. But we had a really good long chat last night about our upcoming panel. Of course, Larry is going to be kind of anchoring that particular panel, and it's called "But Is It Trek?" And so he is going to be digging around. We already have a couple of guests confirmed for that particular panel, but Larry's going to dig around and find some other Trek-experts who have either worked on the show, worked on media-related stuff, or other people in general whose opinion is really important about defining what it is that makes Star Trek series a Star Trek series. And so, anyway, looking forward to having Larry with us again. Of course, he was with us last year, and he is always a fantastic and an entertaining guest. And, of course, he has his own podcasts, he has his Portal 47 project, where he kind of does a deep dive into the backstory of Star Trek. Of course, for years he was an editor for Star Trek Communicator, and of course, a lot of people know him best by the fact that he was the writer behind the fabulous Star Trek: The Next Generation companion, which told you everything you ever wanted to know about the Next Generation television series. So again, Larry will be with us during our But Is It Trek panel on Saturday, June 26th, and I think that you guys are going to be in for a great conversation this year. I don't really have any other really super big announcements to make at this point, other than we do have a email have an email subscription list, and so if you go to our LockDownCon.com page, you can sign up there, and so every week we send out a blast, and so if you don't have time to watch our video updates and everything between now and then, you'll have an opportunity to go there and sign up for the email, and so this will drop right into your email box, and you can read this at your leisure. So in the meantime, I hope you're all doing really great. I hope that you're staying safe. I think we're all starting to get anxious to get out and do other things because the world is opening back up, and we're not quite ready to have everything completely out in the open quite again. But we're getting there. And so I want to thank all of you for being supporters for LockDownCon and for in sort of encouraging Jana and I to move forward with the second edition of the convention. I want all of you to take care, and we will be talking to you probably sometime this next week. And in the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.